All right, here's a lesson by request on Watermelon and Easter Hay by Frank Zappa. It's going to have a 9-note phrase that's going to repeat underneath the whole kind of lead melody thing that comes in. So we're going to start out in the A chord. We're going to go second string, third, and fourth, and then this fourth fret of the big E string, open E, and then you're going into a B major chord. And it's 9 notes. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's a measure of 4, and then we have a measure of 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do that again. So the first thing I suggest you do is play that little phrase with the album and just do it all the way through and just be you're jamming with Frank, just playing that one 9-note thing. Okay, so let's do that together one time. We'll move on. 3, 4. Okay, then we get into the melody. We're going to have the 14th fret of the B string. We're going to bend it up, hold it, and then kind of release it after a while. So that was a little 12 on the second string, and then we got 14, 13 on the G. It does this a few times with variations and stuff. It'll do a little 13, 14 back to the 12 here. Sometimes it'll bend twice. Now this third one's going to wait a little bit and go. So let's take a look at that one we got. Let's do the third bend. Then we're going to go 13 to 11 slide and back. So that was 9th fret of the G to 11th fret of the D. So we got and go quick to that 9. So that's a quick da 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 dum. We got a 9 on the G and 11, 9, 11 on the D. A couple ways to do this. So one of them is got 9, 11, slide the 11 to 13 to that 12 right there. So we got so you can have that little 9, and this is the E major pentatonic scale. So little 9 and then 12, 9, bending the 11, pulling off to the 9, doing that a couple times, and then we start over with the melody. Sometimes you have that little pull off. And then after that third riff, we got the other one. You could also kind of go. So that was kind of a. Or you could be like. Okay, then we're going to get into the next little melody part we got. So this kind of starts in the A major pentatonic and moves into part of the E major pentatonic. That kind of thing, some of those notes. So it kind of shift back and forth. So once again, we got. So 2 and then 4 to 6, back to 4 on the G. And then we're going to take the first finger on that one. Quick down and back. And then we got 6, 4, and 6 on the D. And then we're going to have this. like how the other one plays out, but in a lower octave. So once again, we got. So we got 3 times of that. And then sliding this one down and back. 2, 4, 4. You got the quick 2 and then da 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 dum, and then 2, 4. Slide to 6. Hit that 4. We got the little E down here. 5 on the B, 6, 4, and then G, and then. So we got the 4th fret there on the D. A couple times bend up and back. So one more time on this one, we got. Let's look at the first riff a little bit more, because it does go back to that afterwards. So we would do that 3 times, and then we're going to do this other riff. Now let's go to the lower one. And we would do that 3 times, and then we got the follow-up riff. Okay, and like I say, I have another video where you can see how those 2 parts are like timed with each other, you know, the 9-note phrase versus these melodies on top and everything. And of course, listen to the original song by Frank Zappa. Try to play along with the 9-note phrases behind the whole song, and have a lot of fun with that. Okay, that's from Joe's Garage. It's kind of the climax of the Joe's Garage triple album. And okay, so let's move on to how he gets into soloing a little bit. So one thing he does, he slides into the 13th fret, like he's in the B major pentatonic scale. So that creates kind of a cool like Lydian effect with that A major chord. And he'll do like a 1.5-step bend on this one sometimes. You'll hear other things like he'll be using this pentatonic major shape. So you got to just listen to Frank and kind of try to cop some of his emotional runs and how he times out his spaces and how he kind of slides positions back and forth and how he bends and all that. So. At one point, he'll start using this little A note. Okay, so I'm not going to do too much on that. You got to listen to it. There is that Frank Zappa guitar book if you ever want to dig into that and try to learn all those notes that Steve Vai wrote out for all those cool songs. It's a big old book, about 250 pages something. Actually, it's about 300 something pages. All right, so that's a little bit of Watermelon and Easter Hay by Frank Zappa. Hope you dug that. That was by request. Thanks for the request, guys. We're going to keep the Zappa coming. We'll talk to y'all soon. Thanks a lot.